Hello, welcome to Switched On and my little series on 51 worldwide games. If you've not seen my overview, then please check that out. But what I'm going to be doing is looking at some of these games individually in more detail. So hopefully that's going to help you learn the rules and see a little bit more what these games are all about. So each of these games starts with a little quirky introduction. And then you can go into the game. Now, Mancala was one that I was looking forward to trying, but I knew absolutely nothing about. And within sort of, that quick sort of kitschy introduction and having a quick read of the rules, I picked it up no problem. And it's actually a really good game. So what I'm going to do is just explain how it works here. You've got all of these little pots, and you basically pick up from your pots. Your pots are this side of the board, and your opponents are the other side. And then to the right here, you can see like the long pot. That's like your field where you're planting all of your seeds. So these, if you can imagine, these are seeds you're picking up. Now you pick up a handful of seeds, and then all you do is moving around in an anti-clockwise way. You just drop one seed in each pot. Really quite simple, as most of these games are. Where some of the quirks are is when you drop the last seed into an empty pot. So you can even drop your last seed here into the big field. So these have all got 4 in. So if I pick this one, I will drop my last one into the big field. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll get an extra turn. But you can see here I've now got an empty field. And I've got 5 in each of these and 4 in each of these. So what I'm going to do next is probably pick up... I don't want to leave too many for my opponent to pick up, you see. So what I'll probably do is pick up these and drop them into my pots. Then my opponent, who's the hard AI, has done his move, or her move, I should say. I'm going to pick up these 4 and drop 1 in each. Like a lot of these games, they start off deceptively simple, and then towards the end they ramp up. And all of these games, unless you're playing something like chess, don't take very long at all to complete. So let's take 2 there. You don't want to leave too many empty pots. I'll show you what happens. Well, basically, if you drop your last stone into an empty pot on your side, you also take the opponent's pot opposite you. So if this pot here that I'm pointing at was my last drop, I would take the one above that's got 7 stones in, and I would drop all of them into my field. So that's what we're aiming for. But we've got no empty pots at the minute. So let's fill up our opponents. And it should give them no option to do an empty drop. But see here, he could do an empty drop. He could drop that red one directly above me into the next pot. And as that's effectively his last stone drop off, he would then take my 2 below this from this pot here, if you see what I mean. So if he takes that red above my hand, drops it in his pot above my hand now, the empty one, as that was his last drop, he will take the 2 stones in my pot below. So I don't want that. Or at least I want to empty this out. So if he does do that, he's going to take nothing of mine. So I'm going to try that. Okay. Now again, look at the situation here. Above my hand, he's got that blue stone in that pot. If he drops that in this pot above my hand now, the empty pot, he will take 12 of my stones below. Which again, absolutely don't want him to do. So I'm going to take them out of there. Distribute them around. Also screws up his empty pots. Hopefully you can kind of start to see how this one works. So if I take this, I was going to take this here because 4 moves from here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, dropping my last stone in an empty pot, which, as hopefully you understand by now, will mean I can take the pot above, but his pot is empty, so that wouldn't be worth doing. I could take this one here and get an extra go because it would, I would drop 1, 2, and then my 3rd stone in my field on the right hand side, which will give me an extra go. So let's try that. Get an extra turn. Now if I pick this one up here and drop it into this empty pot, I'll take his 4 stones from the pot above. So all of those 5 then go into my field. And that's basically all the rules of the game. It's the person who has the most stones in the end of, in their field at the end of the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be perfect to get an extra turn and another extra turn by dropping 2 in there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's just try and keep some together. Okay, he captured that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's spread some of these out. Do that for an extra go. I will do this so I can capture his stones above. Put them in my field. And he gets to capture my one from below. 1, 2, 3. That'll give me an extra go. There's a hell of a lot of stones in this pot now. I've got 15 in here, which isn't ideal. If he can work out a way of dropping his last stone in that first little pot, he will take all 15 of mine. So I don't want that. Okay, let's spread these around. Try not to leave myself with any empty plots to fill. But you see, it's a really deceptively simple game, but a really, really fun game to try and learn. That should mean I take his 4. I think we're well in the lead here at the moment. So that's it. There's no more stones left for the AI to move. So there we go. So we have 35 in our field. They have 13. And we take the victory. So just have a look at the stat screen. When you win a game, you unlock these little bits of history about the game for each of the, or for most of the classic games anyway, the ones that do have an appropriate history. You can see your personal best score. And also one of the things I like here, if you press the L and R buttons, you can go back and view those stats. And also if you press the plus button, you can see a history of the last 10 games that you played and whether you won or not. That's really cool. So there you go. You've got different skill levels. It's now defaulted me up to amazing after I beat hard and I've obviously beaten normal. And then you can randomize the first move if you want as well. At any time, you've got a lot of really nicely laid out instructions to teach you the games. Some could do with being a little bit more detailed, but they generally get the job done once you start playing. And there you go. That's Mancala. So hope you enjoyed that little look at Mancala. It's the first of a series of videos. Please keep your eye out for more to follow. And until next time, thank you all for watching. Oh, please like this video and subscribe. If you can do that, it'd be really appreciated. But I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.